Disney really likes its royal tropes. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Disney princess cliches.
Do you have magic hair?
No.
Magic hands?
No.
Do animals talk to you?
No.
Were you poisoned?
No.
Cursed?
No.
Kidnapped or enslaved?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be going over some of the most common tropes seen in princess characters from Disney animation. Number 10. Poisoned or cursed.
He perished in the land.
Being a Disney princess entails all sorts of danger. When they're not being kidnapped or locked away, these young ladies are receiving magical curses or poisons.
Before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die.
Deep coma-like sleep is often the result of these magic spells and/or substances. In other cases, the princess in question is transformed into something else. Sometimes the curse is not quite so literal, and is more of the case of the princess's abilities driving others away, making them feel like a curse.
I can't control the curse. We'll reverse the storm you've made. Please, you'll only make it worse.
Whatever the specific cause, Disney princesses fall under the influence rather often. Number 9. Dead parents. Most Disney protagonists have at least one dead parent, and that goes for the princesses too. The absence of a parental figure often leads them to be able to go on adventures, due to a lack of supervision or their inability to impart parental wisdom onto their progeny. While the princesses sometimes have two dead parents, more often than not, it's just one, and it's usually their mother.
Still, he felt she needed a mother's care. And so he married again, choosing for his second wife a woman of good family with two daughters just Cinderella's age.
Much has been spoken of Disney's seemingly irrational aversion to mothers, but some suggest their absence allows the young princesses to do some film-worthy growing up, independent of any queen. Number 8. Overly trusting. We mentioned that Disney princesses can sometimes be a little naive, and one of their biggest issues is with being too quick to trust.
All alone, my pet.
Why, yes, I am, but...
The literal men are not here?
No, they're not.
Disney villains in particular are prone to taking advantage of this, as given their obviously evil designs, the princesses need to be wide-eyed and innocent in order for their plans to work. Granted, wanting to believe the best in people is an admirable quality, but not when it means that you trust someone who clearly wants to hurt you, or who has already hurt and/or kidnapped you.
Maybe she has a thing about dirt.
Didn't your parents ever warn you about strangers?
Yes, they did.
Number 7. Rebellious and Adventurous. Disney princesses should have it easy, right? Well, they don't always see it that way, and are often depicted as rebelling against their parents and/or society, or else simply seeking out adventure to escape their sheltered lifestyle.
But I can't stay here and have my life lived for me. I'll miss you.
This can be attributed to their usually being teenagers, given that those years are often one of rebellion and experimentation.
I am Merida, firstborn descendant of Clan Dumbrog, and I'll be shooting for my own hand.
But from a character development perspective, Disney likely introduced the trope to add more agency to their heroines, making them more proactive in their stories, and dispelling a negative stereotype about them that we'll be getting to later.
I want adventure in the great white somewhere.
Number 6. Attractive.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but Disney princesses are all generally considered by most to be absolutely stunning in some way or another.
I'm really very sorry.
Whether it be their face, hair, or body, these royal characters are way above average. Animation makes anything possible, and that often includes idealized versions of the female and male forms.
Now it's no wonder that her name means beauty. Her looks have got no parallel.
Beauty often equates with goodness in Disney movies, but it shouldn't have to. At this point in time, a more average, relatable-looking princess would be a refreshing change of pace from the company's norm.
Who are you? And how did you find me?
Aha.
Number 5. True Love. We've already discussed the propensity for princesses to be afflicted by curses, magic, and poisons. Now we'll be discussing the way they usually get out of them. True love. Frequently expressed through the form of a kiss, true love is often the key to breaking the spell over the afflicted princess. Even when there's no curse involved, princesses are usually able to find true love quite easily. Love is hard to find, but you'd never know it if you only watch Disney films, since everyone, particularly princesses, are able to find the one on the first try. Number 4. Animal sidekicks.
If you wear a dress and you have an animal sidekick, you're a princess.
Sidekicks of the animal, or just non-human variety, are a staple of Disney movies in general, and princesses are certainly no exception, getting one or more.
It's my... Happy birthday!
Animal sidekicks, whether they can talk or not, generally act as a sounding board for the princess in question, allowing them someone to talk to.
So listen to your teacher and no fighting. Play nice with the other kids, unless, of course, one of the other kids want to fight. Then you have to kick the other kid's butt.
However, they're not always someone who can give them advice or help when they need it. Animal sidekicks also offer more dynamic movement on screen than the humans they accompany, and usually act as comic relief, which, given how much danger the princesses get into, is often sorely needed.
Come on, Miko!
Number 3. Falling in love fast.
So what's the deal with this prince of yours? How long have you two been together?
Oh, about a day.
You mean it feels like a day because you're so in love?
No, it's been a day.
We've already touched on Disney princesses and true love, but the rapidity with which they're able to fall in love is also a common trope.
You can't marry a man you just met. You can if it's true love.
Love at first sight is extremely common amongst these characters, with sparks flying or enchanting music sounding off mere moments after a princess encounters her love interest. Even when it's not immediate, Disney princesses will still fall for their love interest after a short adventure or alternative opportunity to get better acquainted, sometimes in montage or song form. Happily Ever After is rarely so quick or so easy in real life.
But his heart tells him that here's the maid predestined to be his bride.
Number 2. Sing and dance. Disney films in general almost always feature musical numbers that also feature song and dance, and Disney princess movies are no exception. Singing and dancing usually acts as a memorable and catchy way of moving the plot forward, or establishing the princess's character. While there are some Disney princesses who don't sing, they're few and far between, and the most iconic ones usually do. It may be a cliché, but Disney movies, and the princesses who star in them, wouldn't be the same without a little song and dance.
Part of that world.
Number 1. Rescued by someone else.
Aren't you a damsel in distress?
I'm a damsel. I'm in distress. I can handle this. Have a nice day.
It's a tale as old as time, or at least in Disney movies it is. Princesses need rescuing. The damsel in distress is a role that many a Disney princess plays, whether they're locked in a tower, only to be rescued by a knight or a prince, or saved from the previously mentioned curses. More recent movies have begun to shy away from this trope, which is great since it's hardly a good value to instill in young girls, or boys for that matter. But for much of Disney's history, The lesson has been that princesses will have their problems solved by someone else.
Do people assume all your problems got solved because a big, strong man showed up?
Yes, what is up with that?
She is a princess!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.